The site of high school is seen at the start of the film. In their classroom, some pupils are studying. In addition, they have a strict instructor in their class. That teacher used to dislike late arriving students. In terms of study, he was much tighter. And he used to instruct the students, you do not need to use the cell phone. Now his class is over. A girl comes after the lecture. The teacher does not punish her, but he gives her a compact disc. And he touches her head. All of a sudden, that girl's eyes pupils are turned white. That girl enters the classroom, holding that compact disc. He convinces all kids there that we will play it on a projector. Strange images begin to appear as she turns on the projector. As these are the hypnosis images. That girl starts weeping, glimpsing those images. And she feels awkward. She suddenly stands on the terrace of the classroom. And she jumps off. All students are left shocked, seeing it. A student begins to call rescue in confusion. But he also faces something strange. He cuts his vein, and the bleeding is started from the wrist. At first sight, 5 students commit unnatural things. Then their class teacher arrives there. He says to them, you did not follow my instructions. Now I have hypnotized all of you. There are 100 tasks which I dislike. Any students committing these tasks will meet his end. He will commit unnatural things. Now the example of these 100 signals is shown. As a girl is going to call her mother as being scared. But she is killed. She pulls her tongue. The teacher says I had warned all of you to not use the cell phones. Witnessing it, a girl starts crying, but she also becomes the victim. Because crying is also disliked by the teacher. A male student comes to the teacher and says, coming to him, what situation that you have started, end it. But that boy also commits unnatural things. It means, they cannot misbehave with the teacher. Now the teacher leaves the classroom. Now all students are thinking about whether they may kill, stepping out of the classroom. Then a boy named Wada says to all that, don't be afraid. I check, going out of the class. And when he goes outside, fortunately, he gets no harm. Then he instructs all students that they will move outside. Because it is only a single way to get rid of this teacher. All students begin to move out of the classroom. And they all had reached the school main gate. But a girl among them crosses that school's main gate before. And that innocent one is killed. All students begin to shout in fear. They start to call the outsiders for help. But no one appears there. The teacher says, be thankful, no one came here. You may be killed if someone reaches there. Because it is also a signal to call someone for help. Which may cause you to take your life. Now there is one of the girls named Kashimura. She calmly asked the teacher, how can we get rid of it? The teacher then says, you will have to obey what I command. Simply follow me. That teacher says to them, listen. Only a single student can survive among all of the students. Who will be remained alive among all of you in the end? The last survival among all of the students will not be under the effect of hypnosis. The teacher acts mysteriously along with it. He jumps off the window. Now her teacher is also killed and students are not understanding anything. How they may protect him. So they begin to plan themselves. They say we will have to investigate this at the very beginning. From where did the teacher come? We may understand if we read about his past. Now they all start to gather the data about him from the computer as well as from the library. But no one gets the information except Wada had searched out a book. There was information about those images in that book. With the collection of them, a video was made. And they watch it on the projector. That video was released by a cult. The people are getting hypnotized, watching it. So we have been hypnotized after watching it. It has 100 signals as was told by the teacher. Luckily, 50 signals have already been written in this book. It means that we will have the ease of what to do and what not to do. They write these 50 signals along with the experienced signals on the board. They also decide that they will also know the other signals. So 4 students go in search of another book. Some of the students go there, taking something to drink. But they also commit unnatural things. Because there was also a signal. They were forbidden to drink. And Wada did not reveal that signal to them. There were 60 signals in that book. And Wada informed them of 50 signals. Because he wanted to kill the other students, using the other 10 signals. In the same way, he also kills a girl. Then another girl comes to Wada. She says to him, I have witnessed everything. You were becoming very smart. I have also got a book. And I have known all other 60 signals. When the students know that the girl with Wada had met her end, then begin to suspect as Wada may know the other signals. And he is not revealing to us. So he may remain a survivor. All students begin to ask the questions from Wada, but he asks, "Why are you suspecting over me? I am also a student like all of you. Why will I do worst with my companions?" Then his companions say to him, "No one cares about others' lives if he only has to survive in the end," but Wada is not agreeing their opinion. Two of the students among them suspect Wada, confirmed. They offer Wada a drink, going after him. They declare, "We have listened that it is also one of the signals to not drink. That you did not reveal to us. Just drink it to confirm." Wada says, "Okay. I have no issue drinking. You may also drink as I take. Nothing will happen." And Wada drinks before them. So he gets no harm. After that, boy also drinks who had come after Wada, but about to feel something along with it. And he commits unnatural things while stabbing the bottle in his tummy. Kashimura is witnessing everything. Kashimura tells them when two more students arrive there, that Wada is a very wicked boy. He is the same one who killed that girl. On the other side, that girl who had found one more book, she tells other students, Wada is deceiving us. There are a total of 60 signals that we will read together. But a boy snatched the book from her hand. And he begins to read it while opening it. But it is a cartooning book. That boy thrusts an electric bulb into his mouth. He gets an electric shock of it. And he is dead. It was also one signal that you cannot read graphic novels. That girl tells them, "It was part of my plan. I have still had the original book and I also know the other signals." Then, Wada also approaches there. He says to all of them, "You all will have to join my group if you want to know the other signals. And I will not victimize him who will be in my group at first." It means that they are a little secure. Some of the students are getting in about our output, Wada, but they don't want to be angry, otherwise they may also be killed. Some of the students have to come in the group PF, Wada. Now, Wada tells them about a strategy that was among those host signals. That person will be ended if all 7 points a finger at a person. Wada and his 6 group members are now pointing their fingers at a student. And that poor one strangles himself. Now, Kashimura begins to leave from there, taking her friend, so that she may search for the other signals. She witnesses the 2 students on the way, who had held the hands of each other, and they were looking into the eyes of each other. But they were not alive. It means that their teacher used to forbid them to look at each other in the classroom. It was also one of the signals in those 100 signals. That you may be killed if you keep looking into the eyes of anyone for a long time. Kashimura and her friend move into a classroom where they used to study. They gradually begin to learn all signals, which was instructed by their teacher. In this way, it takes the form of 100 signals. Kashimura says to her friend, "We go to Wada. There is also an envious girl in the group of Wada," and they all together start to point their fingers at Kashimura. At the same time, Kashimura's friends also arrive. And they point their fingers at them. Then, Wada is scared that I may not be killed. Then he comes to a halt with his friend. Kashimura informs his companions, "There is such a signal that Wada has not informed you of. It is that you have only the time till tonight. We will all die as the dawn breaks. Others will also not remain alive if one of us not survived among us." Now the companions of Wada feel aggression towards him, that he hid that fact from them. They come to attack him, but Wada hits upon a plan. He shields himself, wearing the raincoat, and he starts to throw the alcoholic drink on the other students. As a result, all students begin to die. Now that envious girl is also moving towards Kashimura. So he may kill her, but alcoholic drink also spilled over her and she also commits unnatural thing. Now there are only 4 survivors in the school. All other students had been killed. Now, Kashimura, Wada, and their 2 male friends were survived. The friend who was with Kashimura in her classroom, Wada, takes along with him. Wada has a bottle filled with blood. He says to that boy, "We will have to sacrifice here. I am repenting of my guilt. Kashimura is female and we will have to save her. So we both may sacrifice ourselves, drinking this blood." Because drinking blood was also one of the violations of those 100 signals. Now, Wada craftily hands the bottle filled with blood to another boy. That guiltless boy is nearly to drink the blood. Then one more boy comes to them, which was one more survivor except 3 of them. He hits a bottle as he witnesses Wada of doing so. As it has been told that they could only commit unnatural things. It was a violation of the signals to hurt someone or to kill. Seeing it, Wada stands and moves outside. Now, Kashimura and her friend move into the laboratory. Kashimura's friend informs her, "Teacher has some tablets. These are the same tablets to what extent I have investigated. That can remove this hypnosis. But the problem is that these are only 2. And we are 3 in number. We should also tell about it to Wada, so we mutually decide who is in the dire need of these tablets." Now, Wada is on the top floor. And there was also going to dawn soon. It means that time had left short. Kashimura's friend reveals the whole fact to Wada. Without uttering a word, Wada takes the tablet while snatching from him. Kashimura's friend says to him, "You have befooled. It was an ordinary tablet." Then that boy attempts to push Wada from the roof. But Wada also defends himself. The fight is started between them during this time, which was an old violation of the signals. And they both commit unnatural things. Wada jumps off the roof. And he is also no more because of the massive bleeding. Kashimura understands well, why did her friend do it? Because he yearned to rescue Kashimura. Now all students had come to end. Kashimura was the only girl who had survived among all of them. And hypnosis is removed from her. And her life remains secure. Now it was also dawned. Police arrive there when the students don't reach their house after a day. Kashimura begins to report police the whole incident. She tells, "Our teacher is responsible for this." But police does not get the dead body of the teacher while investigating. Because every found evidence was indicating this, these are the suicidal deaths. So this case is not detected for a long time. And this case is closed because of the weak evidence. In the end, it is seen that teacher is sitting in a dark place. These cases of hypnotism were forgotten by the world and police. But Kashimura had everything in her mind. She used to miss her friends. So she was always wanted to take revenge on her teacher. Today, she had found her teacher. She had the same projector and the compact disc. Kashimura turned on that projector before her teacher. In front of her teacher, the identical hypnotic pictures start to surface. In addition, hypnosis has taken hold of him. He'll do something out of the ordinary very soon. And it is at this point that the film comes to an end. Thanks for watching and your time.